Welcome back, students. In this video, we are going to talk about male reproductive system. So this is the typical picture of a male reproductive system. So you can see this structure, oval structure. This is nothing but the testis. Surrounding this, you can see another tissue. This is epididymis. Okay. So one testis and the two. This is the epididymis. So from the epididymis, you can see a small tube-like structure which is arising out. So this is the vas deferens. So you can see this vas deferens is finally opening into the structure. This is called as urethra. So surrounding this urethra, you can see a small tissue. This is nothing but erectile tissue. And this structure is called as penis. So these are the structures we need to remember to understand the concept very clearly. So apart from this, the male reproductive system has three glands. So seminal vesicle, prostate gland, and bulbourethral gland. So these are the three glands which are present in the male reproductive system of humans. So along with the reproduction, along with the role in reproduction, the male reproductive system or the structure also plays role in the process of excretion. So that is the reason we are going to see the ureter as well as urinary bladder over here. Okay. So now let us look in detail about the male reproductive system in a step-by-step manner. So the male reproductive system consists of the site for the production of germ cells and accessory glands that nourish and protects them. So once the germ cells are produced, so they have to be taken care. So they are taken care by these three glands. And there is a need of just structure that will deliver them to the site of fertilization. It means, so once the germ cells are produced, they should be transferred to the females, right? So this germ cell should be transferred to the females. So for transferring, there is one special structure that is nothing but the penis. So this penis will help in transferring of germ cells to the females or to the site of fertilization. So now let us talk about testis in more detail. So in the coming slide, we are going to talk about each and every part of the male reproductive system in detail. So the pair of testes located outside the abdominal cavity. Suppose if this is your stomach, so the testes will be present here. So they are present outside the abdominal cavity and they are present in a pouch-like structure, and this pouch-like structure is called scrotum. What is this pouch-like structure called? It is called as scrotum. So it is present downwards. Okay, so why it is present downwards? To reduce the temperature. So you know that this is the region of the stomach. It means the temperature will be high here. The temperature will be very high. So for the production of the sperms, the temperature should be low. So the difference in temperature usually is the 2 degrees centigrade. So to maintain this lower temperature, the scrotum is descended. It means coming down from the body. Why it is coming down from the body? To maintain low temperature for sperm formation. Okay, so this testis, it will secrete, along with the production of sperms, it will also secrete testosterone. So what it will do? It will regulate the formation of sperms as well as the sexual maturation. So what all the characteristic features we have discussed, all these characteristic features are because of this testosterone hormone. So once the sperms are produced, they will travel through the vas deferens. They will travel through the vas deferens. So recollect the structure, so which is the common passage for urethra, and they will be released out of the body. So along with the path, the sperms are mixed with secretions of accessory glands that protect and provide nourishment. Okay. So before going into the details of epididymis, let me tell you something, like the sperms will be produced here, then they will move to the epididymis. So in the epididymis, the sperms will get like they are stored and they will get mature. So then through this vas deferens, they will come to the urethra, and through the penis, they will reach the female reproductive system or the site of the fertilization. Okay, so this is how the sperms are going to travel. So once they reach the urethra from through the vas deferens, they will be mixed with these three secretions of seminal vesicle, prostate gland, and bulbourethral gland. So this is how the sperm is going to travel. Okay. So now let us look at about epididymis in detail. The coiled tube-like structures. So you can see here in the epididymis, they are coiled tube-like structures found behind the testis is the epididymis. So this here, the sperms are stored about 20 days for maturation. So now let us talk about the accessory glands. So prostate gland, these secretions will support and nourish the sperm. So it will provide nutrients to the sperm. And seminal vesicle, this helps in transportation. It will also secrete some oil secretions are present that will help in easy swimming of these sperms. And the third one is the Cowper's gland or bulbourethral gland. It helps in the protection of the sperm. So once through the penis, the sperms will enter the female reproductive system, and in the female reproductive system it is acidic in nature. So in the acidic in nature, the sperm cells will die. So to protect the sperm cells, this Cowper gland secretion will be useful. Okay, so this Cowper gland secretion is basic in nature, and it will protect the sperms from the acidic nature of female reproductive system. So these are the functions of these three accessory glands. So now let us talk about the vas deferens. So initially we have talked about the sperms, and these sperms will move to the epididymis and they will be stored for 20 days there. So here also there is a pair of testes. Here is one testis there, here is one testis. And the pair of epididymis and the pair of vas deferens. Okay. So here they will be stored for 20 days. Then after 20 days, once the sexual arousal takes place, they will be transferred to the vas deferens to the urethra. So what is the actual vas deferens is doing? It is connecting this epididymis with the urethra. So it is a tube-like structure which collects sperms from the epididymis and opens into urethra. It is like a channel where the sperms are going to travel. Okay. So now let us talk about this urethra. So what is urethra? Urethra is the common passage for sperms as well as for the urine. Okay. So this is the common passage for sperms as well as urine. So this is surrounded by an erectile tissue. Okay. Sperms are surrounded by urethra is surrounded by an erectile tissue which is responsible for sexual arousal. What is sexual arousal? So occasionally what happens, the penis, this size of the penis is going to increase. So why it is getting increased? Because of this erectile tissue. Okay, so when the sexual arousal takes place, there will be blood flow to the erectile tissue. So when the blood flows to the erectile tissue, the size of the penis will get increased. So now let us talk about the penis. Penis is a copulatory structure. So penis is a copulatory structure through which insemination occurs. What is insemination? That is the excretion of the sperms is called insemination. So where you are going to excrete the sperms? Into the female reproductive structure. So now let us look at a few questions which are usually asked in the CBSE exams. So describe in brief the role of following parts of male reproductive system. So testis, what does it do? Production of sperms, and it will release testosterone. Seminal vesicle, it will secrete the juices which nourish the sperm. Vas deferens, collecting tube or channel which collect the sperms from epididymis and pours into the urethra. Fourth one, urethra. It is a common passage for sperms and urine. Prostate gland release juices which will nourish and protect the sperm. So name the human male reproductive organ that produces sperms. Testis, and also secretes a hormone, testosterone. Write the functions of the secreted hormone. So you can write the sexual maturation characteristic features. List out 2 common pubertal changes that appear in human male. So thank you for watching the video. In the next video, I will be talking about female reproductive system.